Warning, this podcast contains grown-up subjects and big boy words. It is intended for adults only, but we won't tell on you if you don't tell our grandmas how many swears we did.
Welcome to Only Mostly Thread, where three creative professionals thread our way through the frightening forest of peculiar posts, attempt to answer curious questions, and dive deep into Reddit's reserves, all to bring something special to you. I'm your friendly neighborhood film guy and hairiest host, Devin Hoy.
I'm your metal musician and resident asshole, Lily Taylor.
I'm your rambling writer and hostess with the mostest anxiety, Sarah. Flourish. God.
Well, I didn't say my last name.
Yeah, you
I
did.
did. Should I not?
I thought you always say Lily Taylor.
Do I always say Lily
I think
Taylor?
you do, because then when I say Sarah, I realize that I didn't do my last name, and then there goes that anxiety.
There's literally no way for us to ever know if she said her full name.
If only we had some kind of account of this hangout that we do every week.
Here's the question. When I then implement my stage name, do I pull that into here as well, or do I stick with Taylor? Because the whole point is to keep people from finding out my real last name.
Well, it depends.
Well, not the whole point, but yeah.
It depends on how separate you want this to be from your music career.
I mean, I want this to sort of like be assisted by my music career, so I guess it would make sense.
Yeah, we could use all the assistants.
Change it on everything.
Or if you keep using Lily Taylor here, you can cross-promote yourself by being like, this woman that I know who looks and sounds exactly like me does this cool thing.
And then everybody will be like, she does have a twin. Because I actually had a guy at work who found out that I was a metal singer today, and it was really funny.
I bet that would be a weird thing. Although, like, it's not like you're quiet as a mouse and super meek or something like that. Like,
but I'm not like, yeah, this is very true. But like, he works in a different department, and like most of the time we just like talk back and forth about like court dates and things on Teams.
Yeah.
And yesterday we had like a bond situation at the end of the day, and he was like, I'm sorry I wasn't much help. And I was like, I mean, it's okay. I had to bounce because I had to get my phone fixed. And I can't remember why I even said like something music stuff, because that's how I broke my phone. Was I was like carrying stuff into the studio and I dropped it and the screen cracked. He was like, music stuff, you play music? And I was like, oh yeah, I front a metal band.
And then your identity
and then it was like a whole
exposed.
thing. He was like, what?
It's a different, like, whoa thing to find out from somebody depending on where you work. Like,
True.
working in a courthouse, you're like, oh, wow, cool. You have a life that isn't like professional court life. But if you work, like, I don't know, in a bar that regularly does metal shows or something.
People are like, oh, that's cool.
True.
Yeah.
Good point.
Like, you hang out in this venue or whatever. But yeah, people are, I'd say 9 times out of 10, everybody's like totally shook. Like, oh, what? Crazy. You've got a totally different personality outside of work. And I was like, yeah, it's called professionalism. Learn it.
And there's
Like, I don't
Lily's
know.
life pro tip to kick off the show.
Yep.
Okay, so guys, I have a thing.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Maybe I do have that thing too. I'm not revealing anything here.
She's gonna say something super sad, and then you're gonna feel like shit.
No,
I
I pre-expressed my condolences.
Sarah's like, damn it, I wish I had cancer just so I could tell him that now. Like,
That makes me better because I didn't even hear it yet, and I'm already sorry.
Yeah, so this super serious, solemn thing that I wanted to bring to the show today was, what sounds have you discovered, if any, that terrify your cats? Before you answer,
whoa.
let me tell you a little story about how, remember I had that vocal cord thing? I still have that vocal cord thing. So I've been going to speech therapy appointments, and I have to do these like speech exercises to like keep my voice in the front of my mouth. It's super weird, but like one of the things they have you do is hum, like, but you need to feel it. You need to feel your lips vibrating. And I wasn't. I was feeling like my throat vibrating. So like my voice was like in my throat.
That's very interesting. You're basically learning how to sing.
Yeah. Although like I did like choral groups and things like that growing up, and we never did like that type of trying to
Oh,
find
no,
like
they
where your
don't-
voice is coming from.
They don't teach you stuff like that, which is really unfortunate because
Yeah,
like
it
you
would
can
be
really
wise.
hurt yourself if you don't know how to sing the correct way.
Yeah. I really wish I would have known this before, because like I've had this feeling before where I feel like my voice is getting so fatigued and I don't know why. So anyway, I like try daily to do these vocal exercises, although they're really weird and I can't do them when Hunter's in the house, even though I know he can't hear me. Just like if someone would walk in on me saying like me, pee, pee, poo, poo 5 times in a row, I can't handle it. Like I'm not mature enough to take it seriously. And there's other dumb
Wow.
ones, but that one's like the worst.
That's one that you're supposed
fabulous.
to do.
Yes, I have a worksheet from a doctor that's like me,
You have
pee,
a
pee,
doctor.
poop.
Wait. So you've officially got a
Homework.
prescription from a doctor,
That says
and that
poo-poo on it.
prescription is me, pee, pee, poo, poo.
Yes, and I have to say it too. Like I have to do it in the appointment to say it to the therapist. Like she says it first, and then I have to say it, and then afterwards, I'm always like, "Girl, how do you do this? How do you get through this?" Because I'm just like trying so hard to be professional. You know, I put on like my professional face, but then afterwards,
put your
I'm losing
professional
it.
pants on.
Yes,
and then
but I
That's
do
like
ask her.
that's like a 2-year-old like being potty trained who like
Yeah.
comes out of the bathroom happy that she did a good job.
Pee, pee, poo, poo.
And you're like, oh, what happened? And like, me, pee, pee, poo, poo.
Yeah, like I just don't like understand why they couldn't. Were there no other ways to train those syllables?
None that were as fun for the doctor.
I guess not.
That's
That's
true.
true. Maybe she wrote them herself, and this is just no. Duda said she had to do that too because remember she had laryngitis. And anyway, so
That's wild.
one day, like a week or so ago, I was doing the humming before. I think it was like before we started recording, and I hummed, and like when I got the right frequency or whatever where my voice was vibrating like the front of my mouth, all the cats in the room scampered out of the room so fast. It was like when something falls and the cats, like, you can't believe how fast they move. Like they will destroy anything in their path to get out the door. And I was like, oh my God, what just happened? So I did my vocal exercises and then I just didn't think about it again. We recorded. And then like the next day or whatever, one of the cats was sitting on my lap and I did my humming just before I was supposed to get on a call. And I didn't do any of the other exercises, just like the pitch, like hum. And as I was humming, the cat on my lap freaked out, jumped, like clawed up my arm, jumped out of the way and ran out of the room. Moxie was sitting there like, what's going on? His tail was fat, but he didn't seem to like know why. He was just running like as a follower, you know? But the 2 kittens, they are picking up on this. They are like so disturbed by this sound. I Googled it and like there's a Reddit thread about it. Like if you hum, some cats just like really can't handle not knowing where the noise is coming from and just like freak
Oh,
out.
wow.
But yeah, I was wondering if you guys ever noticed
I bet
that.
Clyde would freak out about that. She just doesn't like noises in general because her ear is all messed
Yeah.
up from when she was a baby.
But she also like freaks out like, I will find it.
Yeah, they just run
But
under
like she
stuff.
usually doesn't flee like Milo flees from other things.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I think that a noise that we've found that works that doesn't make them like run away, but it works for Milo and Suki to have them be like, what is going on? Is if one of us just goes, which I don't know if you were able to hear over there, but it's just absurd suckling sounds.
Oh, yeah. That's a thing. Licking noises. Like, did you ever see the TikToks where the cat is cleaning themselves and the person recording it does like a slurping noise while they're cleaning themselves and the cat will just like stop and look at them with their tongue out like, what are you doing? That's one of them.
Yeah, slurp noises.
Those
You guys need to
beans.
try it because I'm so curious to see if it's like, I think it's really weird that Moxie always runs out of the room, but like yesterday I also have been trying to show Hunter this and it hasn't been working because I swear it's one specific like pitch or vibration that like this hum puts out into the room because I've done it before to show him and like the cats have run away, but not the same as like their claws are scratching the wood on the floor because they're trying to get a good enough like grip
Wow.
to leave the room in a flash. And yesterday he finally saw it because I was showing him the humming. And they ran out of the room, and then Moxie's tail was fat, and he didn't leave. He was just like, I don't know what they're afraid of. So yeah,
Huh. Gotta find that turn cat pitch.
Yeah, it's like a dog whistle.
I'll be
but
honest
not.
though, we make a lot of noises in this house.
Yeah, we do. I feel like they've slowly gotten used to like the vacuum and stuff. Like they used to be really afraid of the vacuum and the shredder, and now they're just kind of like, oh, that's happening now.
I wonder if it's a case of like the kittens are still just like developing their experiences and like their context of like the world and making sense of everything. So maybe it's just a new noise and it freaks them out.
Yeah.
But I've never seen them react that way. Like Revy fights the
It's a
vacuum.
strong reaction.
And yeah, like they're not very afraid of the vacuum. Moxie is so afraid of most noises. Like any random stranger's voice, even if it's on TV, like it will scare Moxie for a second. But it's just really weird. This really affects the kittens. I don't know what it is.
I know what it isn't.
What?
Us nutting. Because it's time to nut.
Time to nut.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I said what? In the nut.
Oh, I
What?
like that.
You do?
Yeah, I love it.
Isn't that from South Park? I said what? In the butt.
I don't know. It's
I don't
from
know.
elementary, or it's from like
It's definitely from South Park.
high school or middle school.
Yeah, I have no idea, but
Oh, it's
just one look at me and one listen of my personality, and you can just tell that I've watched every episode of South Park. I've never seen an episode. Okay, so NUT is an acronym for a game that we play called Nuclear Unit Tussle, where we look at Ask Reddit threads and we try and guess between the three of us what the top 10 answers will be. Well, we get one guess each, and whoever gets the highest in those top 10 answers gets lots of points. We do have a scoreboard,
Oh yeah.
which sounds a little something like this.
Boop, 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 boop. Hold on. Someday I'll have it ready. All right. The scoreboard goes as follows. Devin has 48 points. Lily has 68 points. And I have 73 points. You could still get there, Dev.
I feel like I'm gonna get there first.
we'll see.
Whatever makes you feel really good about yourself.
Nachos.
Okay.
Because you're good at making them or because eating them makes you feel good?
I was thinking the second one, but also the first one.
Nice.
All right.
Posted by user Superman is OP. Says, what is a minor inconvenience that instantly pisses you off when I don't have internet?
I was going to say constantly having to sign in. Like if my sign in is not
God,
like
that's the worst.
populated already, either that or two-step verification. No,
Or to
I hate
reset your
like,
password.
I don't consider that a minor inconvenience, to be honest.
Because you have to sit there and fucking think of a new one.
Yeah, that's a day ruiner. That's
I had to change a password today, and I was like, fuck, because you can't get anything done, and I don't have time to think about it because I got to get shit done. But if
Yeah.
I don't sit and think about it, then I'm not going to remember what I changed my password to.
Yeah, I feel like two-step verification drives me crazy because I still use my parents' like actual Xfinity account so that I can watch gymnastics meets. And anytime I sign in, I have to get, like, it will text my mom. So I had to text my mom and be like, oh, what's the code? Because I'm not going to pay for cable.
That's so annoying. Yeah, no,
You know.
that's wild.
What about you, Devin?
Devin.
I don't think I'm gonna use this one, but I thought of if you have a turntable in your microwave, whenever it comes like off of the little turny thingy that makes it spin, and you have to like try and reseat it, but it's the turny
You're
thingy
like,
is
never
like
sits right.
yeah, it's got like 3 teeth as a gear, and then the plate that goes on it just has like 3 segments that have to fit in it right, and like it never does. And all you're trying to do is heat up some leftover chicken, but first you have to slam your microwave around, and then
Yeah, that's relatable. I don't know if that's going to be on here, but I relate to that one.
yeah. I'm not gonna go with that one because I also don't feel like it's gonna be on there.
Yeah.
I am gonna restart Discord though, because both of you have been frozen for me for a long time.
Oh,
Oh,
well.
okay. Everybody looks fine for me.
Yeah, same. Yours is
I'll
always
be
riding
right
the struggle bus.
back.
And then he died. It was a slow
Devin
and
can't
painful
handle
death.
like if he maybe accidentally looks like he's interrupting us again because he can't see
Right.
us.
Stress level 1000.
It's me.
Hey, we were not just talking about you at all.
Neither was I.
Are we good now?
Yeah, I think so.
You know what? Another one that really pisses me off is like if I'm trying to hang something up in like a kind of packed closet and things like start falling off and I have to jam it in there in between other things. And also, if a closet bar, like the rack in the closet that you hang the stuff on, is not metal. For some reason, ours are wooden. Why?
So they bow.
I can't
And it's just
slide
like,
anything. It's so stupid. It doesn't bow. It's just like
that's
too
good.
fat for some of our hangers, and you can't slide any garments. Like,
oh, that's so annoying.
yeah, that's an inconvenience.
I think a minor inconvenience that makes me mad immediately is if I didn't get gas the previous evening, and so I have to in the morning.
Yeah.
Or I was thinking of like if I am in the middle of making something and I didn't realize that I had run out of something, and then I realized that I ran out of something, so then I'm like, this is all pointless now.
That's like
Because
a top
I've
10
already,
answer.
oh
That's
my
good.
God.
Yeah.
So
What
stressful.
about-
or if I
what
can't,
about-
or like I'm looking for something and I knew where it was, but now I can't find it.
Yeah.
There's so many answers for this one. So
Yeah.
many
A
things make
minor
me mad.
inconvenience that instantly makes me angry is a voice message.
Oh, I know what I'm gonna start doing to Devin now.
A voice text?
Yeah.
I know. I'm not allowed to send them to Devin anymore. Actually, he didn't say that, but like I could tell that he was minorly inconvenienced by them, so I stopped sending them. But man,
Sometimes she just wants you to hear her dulcet tones.
well, it's
And you
more
should
like
be more appreciative.
it for some reason it is a lot easier for me to just like press the little, and I get this. I get that I'm being a dick here. I will wear it. But I'm either going to be kind of a dick and
Like
make
a
you listen
badge
to
of
me
honor.
talk for like 3 minutes about something that I could have sent like a 2-sentence text about, but I didn't like take the time to type it out and I just like go on and start rambling. Yes, I will do that because it's either that or I'm not going to answer you in a timely fashion, most likely.
Yeah, but Devin isn't bothered by that. Devin is
Yeah.
not bothered by people not answering in a timely fashion. That does bother me, like when people do not answer in a timely fashion.
What bothers me is whenever people expect me to answer in a timely fashion.
And it's not even, I don't even get upset with other people over it. I just feel like I've said something wrong and like that's why they're not answering. And I like get in my head about it. Like, what did I do to make them upset or sad? Or like, did I say the wrong thing? Did I offend someone? Like, I go through all of these things. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like,
text
I don't know
messages
why
are-
I am the way that I am. I hate it a lot.
we should never have a very long conversation via text then because you will
Because I'd
get
be like, Sarah
frustrated.
fucking hates me.
Yes, I've had
Devin's
many
like,
a
I'm
conversation.
sure that's not true. She never answers me ever. It's very sad. But
I
then
have
I
to,
would
like-
not be opposed to listening to your voice texts. So I
Thank
feel like we
you.
could make it work. Unlike
That
some
would
people,
work.
I can appreciate whatever communication works for them instead of
Hang
being
on.
so particular because I can't listen to this. This is so inconvenient.
Listen, that's gotta stop literally everything I'm doing and spend like 3 to 5 minutes just being on a phone call that I can't talk back to.
And that's why I say I know I'm the asshole when I send them. Because like I know it is like paralyzing when you get them or like you can't do anything else. Because I send voice texts with a few friends. Okay, my friend
Yeah.
Cece, who I like started the writing business with, she and I will have like almost like have meetings over voice message. So she'll like record a 20-minute voice memo and send it to me. And then I have to
That's
like
insane.
take notes. But then we don't have to meet. And like we're two very talkative people. So sometimes when we meet and we don't have like a very good agenda, we'll talk for 3 hours and then like lose the day. So it works for us. But I get it, Devin. Like
That's
It's-
40 minutes total spent.
true. But we could have been on the phone for 3 hours. So, you know.
It's
I
true.
guess.
Okay, I think I'm going to go with in the middle of making a food item and you realize that you don't have something that you need. Because
I don't
I
know
can think of so many other things, but I think that one is the one that will be on there. So it
Yeah.
probably won't. But I'm not in last place, so
I'm either going to go with two-step
Yeah.
verification or forgetting your password. Was
I
forgetting
do
your
like
password
two-step
even
verification.
as an inconvenience or you like it as a thing?
No, I don't like it as a
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
I like it as an inconvenience. And I think it's happening so often now that it could definitely be on there.
Yeah, but I
I
also
feel
think like
fucking
forgetting...
everything needs two-step verification now.
Yeah. All right, I'll go with that. I feel like forgetting your password is going to be on there, but I think you said that. I think I said having to have a password for everything or something like that.
I'm going to say getting signed out of something because a certain amount of time has passed.
Oh,
then you have to log back in.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was trying to
That's what I'm gonna go with.
get to
That's
in
the
my
worst.
Oh,
brain.
what?
I think that was like kind of what I was circling, like something about having to find your password or like re-log in or something like that, but I couldn't. You wrapped it up. You said it nicely.
Well, I've got like a password system. All my passwords for everything is different, but it's easy for me to remember. And I'm not going to go into details about it because that's stupid. But
Yeah, tell us all
like-
your passwords,
Devin,
Devin.
what is your password?
so
Yeah, how does that system work for you? Tell us in great detail.
it's easy. It's just Mimi pee pee poo poo 1 2 3.
Are you my voice therapist?
Yes. Surprise. The reason I haven't sounded like me this whole time is because I'm a wonderful voice therapist.
And you wore a blonde wig and shaved your
Yeah,
somehow
well,
didn't have a beard.
I have a blonde wig. I don't have a not beard.
It was a deep
A
fake.
bald cap for my chin, for my face. So like, I don't have to like go, oh, what was my password or anything, but I am using the site or whatever it is to like get to something quick. And so just like getting stopped by a screen that's like, oh, you've been logged out, please sign back in or whatever, is just like a very minor inconvenience, but
Yeah.
I get mad at it.
Anything that like slows me down is very derailing for me because I lose my train of thought so easily that I really can't be stopped. Like 2-step verification, that's it. I just lost like 3,000 potential words in my manuscript.
Anything that slows down the person who's in first place.
Yeah.
Or wait, is Lily in first place?
No, I think
No,
I'm in first place.
Okay, that's what I thought. I
hard to keep track when you're in last place.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the view like back there?
Well, since Discord is frozen, Lily is like this forever. And Sarah is like this forever. And that's it. It's a good time for me. I think that's my answer, though.
Okay, cool.
Wait, minor inconvenience that instantly pisses you off whenever Discord freezes.
There will probably be some type of like meta Reddit answer.
But I'm going with what I'm going with.
Cool. Let's do it.
Getting signed out of something. And Lily, yours was
Being in the middle of making a food item and running out of ingredients.
not having the ingredients left. And then Sarah, yours.
Having to track down
Was
like
for-
2-step verification or being slowed down by 2-step verification.
Gotcha. Okay, let's do it.
And just by expanding this, I remembered one that would definitely have been on here that I should have said.
That's a minor inconvenience that pisses me off. Okay, Marvelous Oxman said, when I go to a web page, but it doesn't load all at once, so when you go to click something, the page shifts as other things load in and you end up clicking the wrong thing. I just did that today.
It's so annoying. I do it all the time.
And you know where
That
I really
happens
do
more
it?
on my phone than anywhere else.
I do it on the TV a lot.
Yep.
Like if I'm trying, like as soon as the TV turns on, it's like a smart TV, and I try to go to the Samsung Smart Hub, and it shows up. Like it doesn't show up, and then I try to click it, and then by the time all the clicks are registered, like I'm in Amazon Prime, like buying something.
Oh, so that's a different story in like the same vein. So you're talking like whenever your input lags.
Yeah.
And you're like trying to go to the right 3 and press select.
Yes, it's
And
so
you're like-
annoying.
And like you don't see it happening, so you hit a bunch more times. Whoops, it did happen.
Yeah.
Ugh, so annoying. DC3PO says ads in the middle of videos, ads that block the paragraph I just started reading, ads that are made to look like normal content. Ads.
Yeah, do you?
I completely agree.
If you want me to read the headline of your article and not the rest of it, that way you can only influence based off of broad statements that are
Right.
designed to get people to look at it, definitely just block it behind an ad. Because
Right.
as soon as an ad pops up, I'm like, I don't want to read it anyway. See you later.
Yep.
Or the ones that are like, click to read the next page, or they're like, this
Oh
is the
my
headline of the
God.
article, and then it's like,
Or click here
let's
to
start at
expand
the
the
beginning and
article.
talk about these people's entire life story, and you're just like, fuck, I just wanted to know how this kid possibly died by some strange disease that I might need to know about.
Yeah,
Like,
let's say all clickbait
I don't even
goes
know
to
when
that.
he was born.
Yeah, or if I'm like on a website and I'm like, I want to know if there's a better way to make banana bread than the way I do it. And they're like, well, if you click here to expand the article, I'll tell you. And I'm like, guess I'm just making it the way I always do because I can't be bothered to make that one extra step.
I feel like you've talked about banana bread on this podcast before in the same, I feel like that's a recycled story. I feel like
was it talking about
thing.
how like recipes tell the person's full life story?
Yes.
I was gonna say that's another one that I bet could be on this. I just thought
oh God, yes. How you're like, when I was a young girl, and you're just like, I just want to know how to make that fucking pie, Karen.
Yeah, and then
just
you scroll, and then somehow you're at the bottom in the comments, and you just completely missed it.
And you're like, where's the recipe?
Every single recipe starts with like 6 fluff paragraphs of like, certain pies are really good, but the best pie is an apple pie. There really aren't any pies that compare to the apple pie, which makes it the best one to make because apples are so succulent and delicious. I really do think apple pies are the best pies. I'm like, okay, are you trying to meet a word count? And as I say it out loud, yeah, they probably are held to some word quota.
They're trying to like satisfy a query, like an SEO. Those are all potential queries that you could search. Like, what's the best pie? What's the most tasty fruit for pie? What's the most succulent pie? Fucking SEO. That's an inconvenience.
Yeah, well, yeah, suck it, Google, because I'm going back to the early days of searching on the internet where you just were taught not to search like that and we're only taught to search apple plus pie plus recipe. That's all true. Apprehensive AD 4244 says people standing in doorways, especially people standing in groups having conversations in doorways. Get the hell out of my way already. People's lack of awareness of others really astounds me.
They do that in hallways too, and grocery stores. They'll just like stand there. And you're just like, dude.
Yeah, but that's not a minor inconvenience. That's a crime.
I agree. Oh my God, the next one.
Audra A444 said, someone standing with their cart in the middle of the grocery aisle, making it impossible to squeeze past them, either in front or behind them.
What I just fucking said.
Well, the strategy there is to just not do that. Just take your cart, get as far to the side of the aisle as you can, and sprint. And if they get knocked out of the way, that's their fault.
Breaking bones says when you bite your tongue or cheek while eating, and then suddenly that one particular spot becomes like a magnet attracting your teeth to it, and you keep biting it.
It's again
and
not
do you know
minor.
Why? Because that spot gets inflamed, it swells, so it's bigger, and so your teeth will hit it all the time. I very recently had it happen right here. And like my bottom right, I don't know if it's I don't know what that tooth is, but you know, like the real sharp one that like would be like a fang or whatever, I don't know. But the bottom right one is incredibly sharp. And like it cut the inside of my mouth here. I was like, oh, that sucks. And then it just kept irritating it for like a week. And like for the last couple of days while I've been snacking and stuff and chewing, I've like grabbed my very convenient beard hair and like pulled that spot of my mouth out away from my teeth.
Jesus.
That's
just so that it would heal, because there's no chance for it to heal if I want to sustain my body with delicious food.
Yep. Wow. You have to. This is not a minor inconvenience. When this happens to me, I like forget what life was like before I had the canker sore from hell.
What was it like before the canker sore?
Like anytime I talk or eat or anything, I change what I'm eating when I have those things because it can't be too much chewing or I'm just going to do it again.
Before this barren wasteland of applesauce, there were cookies.
Wow.
I don't know. Gingerbread Dad says, when people walking in front of me are really slow, but also spread out so you can't walk past them. There's a lot of people in the way, minor inconveniences.
Yeah. Everybody here has road rage.
One that I also thought of while we were brainstorming at the beginning of this question that I didn't say because it was too close to like 2 of our earlier episodes is whenever like you're at an intersection or a stop sign or whatever, either somebody is not obeying the right of way and like letting other people go by fast, or they just don't understand and it's causing traffic for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
So real. Oh my goodness.
Okay, Bug 1451 said, forgot password, enters new password. New password cannot be the same as old password. Yeah. That's the one I wasn't sure if I actually came up with that one, but that's fine.
That sucks.
I knew that would
she's
be
in the
on there,
lead,
but
and you're still losing, so I feel like it's fine.
Well, yeah, I don't mean so much that sucks that she's not getting the points. I mean, that sucks whenever that happens.
Yeah.
It
to you.
does. I have that problem a lot. Or I will think that I have forgot my password, and then I try to make a new password. It's like, you can't use your last whatever password is. And I was like, well, I guess that was my fucking password.
Suddenly
then.
you remember
Yeah.
your
It's like
old
typed
one.
it wrong or something.
Yeah, you just accidentally mistyped it once or twice.
And then it's like, no. Aquakmar says, when the cord from my headphones catches on something and they're yanked from my ears, which honestly, I'm shocked is on here because I feel like everybody has fucking Bluetooth now. So that doesn't really happen.
But
Yeah,
before
the
Bluetooth,
commenter
that was
who-
crazy
In the
annoying.
before times, yes, that did suck.
Back before my canker
It like
sores.
jerked your whole head back.
Yes.
Back when Beezus walked the earth,
In
they
the
had
before
wired
times.
headphones.
Before Beezus.
Yes. BB.
BB.
It's still
The
BC.
BBC. Before
The
Beezus
BBC.
Christ.
Fun fact, every single show on British television is made before Jesus Christ.
I think that we should have a t-shirt that says BBC and then in really tiny letters underneath
my
before
God.
Beezus Christ.
Just 1 second. I'm going to have to write
You're
this
going to write that down? Just saying. What I need
Guys,
to do
if this
is
podcast
in my
doesn't make
ample
us
spare
rich,
time.
our t-shirts. I don't know why I said TV. Our t-shirts are gonna do the job.
Our TV shirts.
Yeah, but all of our t-shirts are podcast dependent. Because you can't just make a shirt that says BBC before Jesus Christ without like...
I feel like people would still think it was funny. They just wouldn't understand it.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But what I need to start doing in my ample spare time that I don't have because I have a Cricut is I need to like make like prototypes of these designs and then wear them on the podcast and be like, hey,
Oh my God. Yes.
maybe when I start to have more time. So maybe never. But
Yeah,
we'll see.
I know. I keep telling myself I need to design our t-shirts, and it'll happen one of these days.
It'll happen.
2:37 a.m. That's their username. And they say, when a ballpoint pen doesn't work when it clearly has ink in it has one job. I agree. If you're for some reason, if you're writing on a piece of paper with a ballpoint pen and that surface is like metal or like a cold counter or something, and it's just like writing with invisible ink, and
Yeah.
you're like indenting the paper, and then you're like, oh, I need to try it on something else, and there's like a sticky notepad or something, and you write on that and it's fine, and you go back to the paper and it doesn't work.
Yeah, that's really
I don't know
annoying.
what the physics are.
Struggle is real.
And this is the last one. Damn.
Damn. We suck.
Messy Bessie said the incorrect autocorrect. Ugh, ducking hate that.
Yeah.
Hey. That was cute. I like
Son
that.
of a
That was funny.
batch. This clearly never happens to me.
Funny story. Whenever Devin and I first started dating, I cannot for the life of me remember what I was trying to say, but what my phone said that I was trying to say.
It was when we were flirting before we were dating.
It was before we were dating.
Oh.
So this man continued to date me after I said something about Hawaiian boys.
Yeah.
What did you say about Hawaiian boys?
It
I
was
can't
like
even remember.
it was something like close to I basically only like Hawaiian boys or something like that.
And then I
And I was
tried to
like,
fix it,
okay.
and I think it changed it to something else, and I was like, I fucking give up. I can't right now.
Oh my
I just can't.
God. That's
So
really funny.
embarrassing. I was so embarrassed.
What were you
And then I
trying
immediately
to
went and
say?
got
I have
as
no
tan
idea.
as I am now.
This was like 7 years ago. Like I have no idea. It would have
was-
been like 8 years ago. 10
no,
years
it's
ago.
a whole decade ago.
God, that was 10 years ago. I feel so old now. Thanks for that.
Now you have canker sores.
I'm so old. Well, that's it, y'all.
That one sucked.
Yeah.
All we can do after an unsatisfactory nut is
Nut
go for
again.
a second nut.
When at
Nut
first
again.
you don't nut again.
When it rains, it nuts.
No, I don't like that at all.
It's better than when it nuts, it rains.
That makes more sense though. Posted by user Andre Linoge 55. Is that a name I should know? Or everyone knows except for me? No?
Yes, we all know that name.
Okay,
I don't know
good.
who that is.
You are sentenced to death, and the judge lets you pick whatever you want as your execution method. What do you pick? Lethal injection. Because don't you just fall asleep? I would like to get put down like the way dogs get put down, because don't they just fall asleep and then they get like the dose of lethal injection?
I guess maybe. I'm not really a dog death scientist, so I can't refute it.
Not to go like all somber, but I did hold my dog when we put him down, and I remember them telling us like he wouldn't feel any pain because they were putting him into a sleep state before they like slowly,
That's nice.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I do not choose that answer.
what do you choose?
I choose... Okay, so I'm looking at it like this. The judge lets me pick whatever I want as my execution method, which is basically the ultimate free, impossible bucket list like thing. Is there something that I would never, ever be able to do by myself? And I could just
Like
make
death
that happen
by
to me in order for me to die.
Something really cool?
Death.
Gotcha.
Yeah, death by flying my own fighter jet into a mountain or something.
Yeah, or like
Wow,
death by swimming
that's
in
a
a
choice.
chocolate fountain, or death by 10 million puppies.
Yeah, death by being an actual secret agent and going in to a rad infiltration.
Okay, so I think I need to rethink my answer. They weren't. This is a joke one, I guess.
Well, no, hold on. I mean, yes, sure, definitely do
Yeah,
that. From the guy in last place, definitely switch to be doing what I'm doing.
Okay, well, what death by thing? What would you choose?
I think I would choose death by sick skydiving metal guitar solo that ends in an explosion.
Yeah, I don't want to fall to my death.
That's like Eddie
so-
from Stranger Things style. Like
Yeah.
getting eaten by bats after doing a rad metal solo.
I do know that one of the answers might not be in the top 10, might be the top answer. I know that at least, how many comments are there? 26,000 comments. I know that at least 1,000 of the comments are death by Snoo Snoo from Futurama. I haven't seen the episode, but I know the context, and that they're on like, I don't know, a planet of giant women, and they're aliens, and their word for sex is Snoo Snoo. And that's how they execute people.
Autoerotic asphyxiation.
Death by nut.
Right.
Death by nut. It's a good one. I don't know. That's tough.
What about like,
Stop throwing out suggestions.
okay.
We're trying to think here.
Yeah, give us dead silence.
Dun.
I can't think of anything beyond what I would choose, which is to feel no pain and only go to sleep.
I
It might
think
be
it's
on
valid.
there.
Death by a full 8 hours of sleep.
Oh my God.
That might kill me because I'm not sure if I get that ever. Maybe that's why.
Your body's like, no, wake up.
Yep, if she gets that full 8 hours, she dies in real life.
I want to die by getting strapped to a rocket and shot directly into the sun.
I was actually thinking getting shot into space. That's really weird.
I thought about shot into space, but then I thought that would
Why?
be cold
Like, why did
and
we
kind
think
of
of that?
sad. I don't know.
Because then I thought the
I
same
don't
thing. I
wanna
was
get
like, I don't
shot into
actually want to
space.
see that.
I think I'm onto something close with like flying something and then
Yeah.
exploding instantly.
What really cool things can kill you? Like, is there something that
I want to die in a Western shootout.
I don't?
Ugh.
Yeah, but then
Well-
you'd have all that adrenaline.
Ugh, I don't want to feel. I can't deal with the pain.
Well, you wouldn't for very long.
What if they
You would
shoot you
die.
in the toe?
No, you make
You
sure
wouldn't
that your
die by being
opponent is the
shot in
best,
the toe.
the best draw in the West, and they do headshots only.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was doing a quick draw motion, but I realized as I look at my own camera feed that my hand was below the bottom of the screen.
He's like,
so I'm just
"Ugh."
I just thought
I'm
you
just,
were
like,
like dancing.
twitching. Whoosh-ah.
Oh, you could do death by dancing from like a Sanderson
Yeah,
sisters
I
spell or
danced
whatever.
myself to death.
That
Florence
sounds
and
like
the
it
Machine.
would suck.
Yeah, that was a whole thing that actually happened from a drug that people took in the olden times.
Damn.
Choreomania. It's like the name of one of Florence and the Machine songs.
Oh yeah, I did know that.
Yeah, I think we actually talked about that on here for some reason. I don't know.
I heard it on a podcast. I can't remember if we talked about it on here or not. But yeah, it was pretty cool. pretty wild.
I think I want my execution method to be pushed out of an airplane that's like nearly in the stratosphere. And then there are like 20 other people who are involved and they jump out of airplanes and we all have like paintball guns. And then we have this really cool, rad, midair free falling like paintball gunfight and then dead.
You think that's going to be on here?
What's the thing where like you shoot somebody with a ray gun and they just like poof out of existence, or like they become?
You want to be phasered to death in a Star Trek episode?
Disintegrated?
I feel like that doesn't hurt, right? Like you just like turn into a million pieces. How could you feel anything?
I mean, it probably hurts for a millisecond while you're being burned from the inside out.
True, but it would be a very short period of time before like all of
It
your
would be a very short period of time.
all of your like sensory things get disconnected and you have no nervous system. I still go with lethal injection. I don't know if it's gonna be on here, but
No, that's fair. I'm going to say Western Shootout. That's definitely not going to be on here.
no, that's like a fun thing.
Devin.
I'm going to say volcano eruption.
Okay.
Where are you?
And I'm just having a tea party on the crown of that baby. It's about
Aww.
to turn into a caldera right under my butt, which is just me after eating Brussels sprouts.
So is that your answer, volcano?
Food poisoning. Death by Brussels sprouts.
No, I don't want
That would be awful.
die
Shit
by
yourself
food
to death.
poisoning.
Blech.
Yeah,
I
that'd
don't
be.
know.
Pick an answer. Peer
I feel
pressure.
like I really need some points. I'm either going with skydiving to death or getting to test fly the fastest aircraft.
The flaccidest aircraft.
The flaccidest aircraft.
That would probably kill you.
I want to go in a big explosion. That's all.
Okay. That's vague. That'll work.
All right.
Cool.
So first and foremost, the Ask Reddit moderators said, if you ever need help, then please know there are many qualified people who would like to help you, which I would also like to extend to our listeners because, you know,
Yes, that's
there
very important.
there are resources there. If anybody is feeling a certain way, there's always suicide prevention hotlines, people in your life that want to help you. So keep that in mind. And I know that like we are sort of having like a lighthearted, you're sentenced to death and whatever, but you know.
It's an important thing
Yeah.
to preface this with, for sure. Kiplin 143 said, that damn snail.
I don't get it.
Me
This
either.
is a reference that 1/3 of us will understand, and it's because it is something that Reddit loves to do, and that is reference Reddit. I don't know how long ago it was. Maybe a decade, maybe less, maybe more. So who knows? An amount of time ago, somebody did, I think it was an Ask Reddit, where they're asking for people's strategies if they've been gifted immortality, unending life, they cannot be killed, whatever. Maybe the question was, would they take this? Immortality with the caveat that there is also an immortal, undying snail who is hyper intelligent, and if it touches you, you die, and it knows this.
Ugh. Who the fuck came up with
So-
that? I need to talk to
Weird.
them.
Someone cool, I think.
God.
You got one hyper intelligent snail whose only goal is to touch you, and that's the only thing in the entire world that can kill you. Would you do it?
Oh, that's creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's funny. Okay, so that person wants to be killed by the snail.
She says, without laughing.
Right? Currently
so
in
let's
purgatory
fucking move on.
says anesthesia overdose.
All right, that's basically how you get put to death as an animal.
Isn't it?
I don't know.
The person who replied to them just for shiz says, they'll definitely be my second behind smothered by snoo snoo. So called it.
You should have went with that. Although it's not a real answer, so.
Yeah, it's just a reply to a top answer. Is anesthesia overdose lethal injection?
No, it uses an anesthetic or a sedative followed by a drug to paralyze the inmate and then finally a drug to stop the heart. So
Okay, so it's a specific heart
Yeah.
stopping.
yeah, but I want the one that happens to animals because I'm pretty sure you get put to sleep first before you get put to the long sleep.
The long
Well,
sleep.
What do we feel about this answer?
I don't think that's what this is though.
Yeah.
Really Not Burner says oxygen displacement via nitrogen, which is something. I don't know. Next.
I just want to say that I'm really pissed off about this answer because I said this exact fucking thing and I didn't go with it. Free height says death by being shot on a rocket into the sun.
Oh my God.
It's literally exactly what I said, just to make it as expensive and difficult as possible for everyone involved.
And then what did you end up choosing?
I don't even remember. What did I pick?
Uh-oh.
Oh, Western Shootout, which is not going to be on here. I could have been on the board, guys. Crap. So sad.
No Session 1674 said, a nice slow overdose on morphine. Yeah, if I could change my answer, I'd change to that.
Yeah, that's
only
smart.
one drug.
You feel great, and then you're just done.
Robot Monkey Shark, who gets points for their username, says, I want the jury to beat me to death with their own bare hands. I have done nothing worthy of being sentenced to death, so if I must go out, I'm going to make those who put me in this situation never forget what they did.
Oh my God. So
that's a lot darker than I was expecting that answer to be. At first I was thinking like, oh sweet, it's just gonna be like some rad fisticuffs, but instead,
nope.
Yeah, there's some thought behind that one.
Blood is on your hands.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Right?
Hey.
We should have gone with our gut.
I know.
Well, not me.
Yeah, I mean, you should never go with your gut.
Devin shouldn't go with his gut or the creative ideas either. You just need to reroute.
Yeah, you need to figure something out, Devin. You're really struggling here.
You should go with like your most hated answers.
Right. Deleted user says, shoot me into space on a trip to Mars. For science, of course. Which is basically what Sarah said.
God damn it.
Yup.
Wah, wah. This next one was in a Mission Impossible movie, if you recall, Devin.
Ugh. Angry Snorlax said, surgically implant a small explosive in my head, then give someone else the detonator and explicit instructions to wait for good comedic timing.
Wow. I mean, that part wasn't in there, but the small explosive in the head was in one of the Mission Impossible movies.
You probably wouldn't feel that.
Oh my God.
No,
one person
probably not.
responded and they said, hold on, I have to sneeze. And then like their head explodes. Like, oh my God, that's terrible.
Anything with good comedic timing is a good way to go.
Yeah.
All right, 2 more.
United Function 9211 says, dying of old age.
I mean, they
Joke's
get to
on
choose.
you.
Hey.
Joke's on you. This judge is actually the knight in the Canyon of the Crescent Moon who guards the real Holy Grail and makes you choose. And that means you just pick the wrong one and you are aged until you die.
Oh shit. You have chosen poorly.
Giving the longest, most roundabout reference. So by the time I got to the end of making an Indiana Jones poll, everyone else died of old age.
Yep.
Oh, man. Okay, ear 7372 said nuke me.
Wah, wah.
And then
Guys,
Wait, no, that's me, baby. I said I want to go at a giant explosion.
explosion.
Devin
All
gets
right,
one
Devin.
whole point. Look at you go.
Wowee.
Woo.
You go from 48
What
to
am I at now,
49.
72?
No.
Oh, okay.
So close.
49.
That's a successful nut.
Yeah.
No Nut Tuesday.
Up next in our regularly scheduled programming is the part where we put on our assholes and make the judgment.
Put on your asshole.
Hopefully this goes better than the other stuff today so far.
So, well, we're not getting points on this. Submitted by user slowpenist4431. Am I the asshole for bringing my sister-in-law's wallet to the restaurant when she conveniently always forgets it? My female 28 sister-in-law Amy, female 26, always comes to visit from out of town. She stays with us instead of a hotel and always wants to go to expensive restaurants. She always conveniently forgets her wallet or comes up with some excuses as to why she can't pay her share. She has implied that since I make much more money than her, I should be the one to pay. Parentheses, no, not my husband should pay, but me specifically. What does that have to do? Okay. I do make a fair amount of money, but not so much that I can treat someone every time they come into town. Nonetheless, in the past, I've just paid the bill and asked her to pay me back. She never has. She made a reservation at an extremely expensive restaurant last night, and before we left, I made it clear that I wouldn't be paying her bill. This is where I might be the asshole, and I'll admit, I got this move straight from an episode of 2.5 Men. Not a great show for an asshole barometer. But as we were leaving, her and my husband went straight to the car. I pretended I forgot something and went back inside. I found her wallet sitting right on top of her suitcase. I put it in my purse and we went to the restaurant. When we were done eating, I asked for separate bills. She said, no, we need one bill because she forgot her wallet again. I reached in my purse and said, this wallet? She was extremely furious and said that I should not have touched or grabbed her wallet. So am I the asshole for taking her wallet and bringing it to the restaurant?
I'm torn because I feel like she shouldn't have touched her wallet. I feel like that's really, like, if somebody touched my wallet, I'd be really upset.
What's the alternative, though?
I
'Cause
don't think it
thought
makes
that
her an
too,
asshole.
But, like, what should she have done?
I think they shouldn't have gone to dinner. I think they should have just picked a different restaurant. If her sister-in-law is always going to be like that, just don't go to dinner with her. Make dinner at home.
True.
What is the whole issue about touching her wallet?
Yeah, like, she didn't take the
'Cause,
money
like-
out, but...
Like, why? I don't know. For me, it's like a thing where, like, if I didn't expressly tell someone to grab my wallet, or, like, it's not you, Devin, I would be upset because I'd be like, why the fuck do you have my wallet? Like, what have you been doing with my wallet? Like, have you been using my wallet? Like, what, you know what I mean? Like, someone else having your wallet is just like ugh. I don't know.
Okay, so
For
what
me.
about this scenario where I can't use it with you, Lily, because you would 100% be okay with it because it's between the two of us. But like if we were the three of us going somewhere that costs money and like on the way out to the car, I noticed that like where Sarah had been sitting at the table or something, oops, there's her like
Okay, that's
wallet,
different.
which
Because you're taking it from a restaurant that she forgot it at.
No,
Yeah,
no, no,
please
from,
get my
like, our
wallet
house.
because I always leave my shit at restaurants.
Right?
This is a PSA.
Well, no, not from a restaurant though, from like
Oh, in the car?
our house.
Yes, still please bring
The
it.
house.
Okay,
that we
yeah,
are leaving.
from the house.
You have gone and you have gotten into the car, and I see that you have forgotten it, and I think like, oh shoot, she missed this, and I grab it, and I'm like, come
here's
out to the
the
car. I'm
thing.
like,
I think
hey,
that's what she's playing
Here's
it
the
off
thing that
as
makes
in
her
this.
a little bit of an asshole is that if that was the case, she should have given it to her in the car.
Yeah, this is like more premeditated.
Yeah, this was very thought out, and like you waited until you got the bill or they were asking for the bill. She should have been like, oh, hey, I didn't want you to forget your wallet again, and given it to her in the car. So she is a little bit of an asshole for timing it in such a way that, you know, made her sister-in-law look like an asshole, which she is. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not disputing that. But she could have done it in a way that was nicer than she did. I don't think she was obligated to by any means.
Yeah.
This bitch deserved it. I'm not saying that, but I do think she's a little bit of an asshole for the way that she did it because it was very premeditated and it was not done out of kindness, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it was
It
a
was
little
done as, like, a
mean-spirited.
gotcha.
Yeah. And that sucks because
And like 100, I probably would have done the same fucking thing. Like,
I could not get myself to do that. I feel like I hope that I would have the audacity to do the nicer one where like you give it to them as soon as you get in the car and you're like, oh, I didn't want you to forget your wallet again.
yeah,
You're
like,
still
that's
putting
nice
them
way
in
of
a
doing that.
position where they have to, there's no way they're going to get out of paying unless they have no money with them or something.
In
But-
which case, why are you going to an expensive restaurant?
Right.
Especially if she's the one who made the reservation.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
She
know.
just wants to treat herself.
The fact that she got super mad tells me that Amy definitely isn't forgetting. Because, you know, what if she really was constantly forgetting the wallet? I mean, if that was me, I'd be Venmoing the person on site.
Yeah, I'd be embarrassed. I wouldn't be pissed. I'd be like, oh my
Yeah.
God.
So
I'm
it
so
is-
sorry. Like,
It feels like indisputable that Amy just wants a free ride here and free food. So I feel like it's not an asshole move. It's just bold. In
I
my
would
opinion.
get caught up on the fact if somebody did that to me that like they've had it on their person this whole time instead of immediately giving it to me.
Yeah.
I would get hung up on that. But also, I don't know what the mindset is of somebody who does this regularly.
Yeah, it's like
But
it's
I
a little
also think
vengeful.
that
yeah.
if I...
She's a little bit of an asshole, but I love her for it.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
You mean this wallet?
Yeah, it is so embarrassing. I would not be able to be in that room. Like even just as like a bystander or as a friend they invited, like I would pass out of embarrassment for Amy.
I would absolutely be able to be there as like an unassociated one table over
You'd be like-
person who just like sees it go down. I'm like, oh snap.
Oh, I would die. Unless Amy is someone that I also could not stand and like was just like waiting for her to get hers. Then I would love it.
Yeah, if she's like, oh, I'll have the most expensive things.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm betting she is that type of person based on her behaviors.
Okay, yeah, maybe
Yeah,
isn't there
supposed
one
to
like
be.
you could both be assholes, but one of them
Yeah.
is
Everyone sucks here.
I don't think she sucks though.
She doesn't suck. She's a little bit of an asshole. The sister-in-law
Yeah.
fucking sucks.
I like what Lily
Yeah, yeah.
said. She's an asshole, but I love her for it because I kind of feel like that more expresses how I really feel about it.
Yeah. I think that if I genuinely thought that somebody forgot their wallet, I would grab it and I would hand it to them like in the car.
Immediately. Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't even put it in my pocket. I would just like carry it out to them and be like, oh, hey, whoops, you left this. If it was Amy and I was Amy's sister-in-law, if I am who I am right now as that person, I would go to the car and like, as I'm opening it to get in, I would be like, hey, I saw your wallet on the thing. I just want to make sure they don't forget it. I wouldn't like bring it out to her because I would be too nervous because it is an actual confrontation.
Yeah.
I feel
Whereas
like
if I think that you genuinely forgot it, I have no problem with it.
Yeah, and you could
But
play
if
it off like
if
you're being genuine.
yeah.
Yeah, but if it is an actual confrontation, I don't think I've got the guts to be like, this is the wallet.
Right, because then what happens next?
Yeah, well, they kill me.
No, they have a conversation with you.
That's Devin's
Yeah,
preferred
well,
death by
That's the execution method.
That wasn't on that list.
Yeah,
Death
because
by
nobody wants it.
getting
Yeah.
scared and pooping your pants wasn't
That's
on
the
there.
thing. Like, I would think of this elaborate, like, gotcha moment in my head and then play it out to feel good about it. But I know that I couldn't actually carry it out because as soon as you say that one line, then you're improving in a conflict situation. And for me, that just becomes apologizing or like sweating or crying. I try not to get in that position.
Yeah, I think my improving in a conflict situation is pretty chill, probably. But I think my method is stopping that before it happens by being like, hey, you forgot your wallet.
Yeah, I should say like an
don't know.
explosive conflict situation. Like this would get explosive. Like if she said
That's-
she was furious, like was there yelling in a restaurant? Like no, thank you.
Yeah, probably. I feel like Devin's gotten really good about conflict situations since we've been dating. So
Yeah, I
there's
saw you
that.
make a face. What's that about?
Oh, just interesting the way that you see you responding to conflict situations.
Spill the tea.
So not chill.
I mean, I think that you make an effort to be chill, but I do think that I
There we go.
escalate the situation and then it is no longer possible for you to remain chill.
Hey, I do that too. It's fun.
But not like
Relationships
the
are
woman
fun.
not like the woman on Before Midnight.
I never saw that.
Oh my god! So I made Devin watch Before Sunrise and Before Sunset.
I liked
I-
Before Sunrise.
Yeah, Before Sunset was okay, and like I had already seen that. I had not seen,
Didn't like
nor
that
did I
one.
know that it existed. I had not seen Before Midnight until yesterday.
Yeah, there's 3 of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We watched Before Sunrise a month ago.
Sunrise, sunset, and midnight. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Before
she
Midnight is like
showed
a
me Sunset and Midnight in a row.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 in a row.
Okay.
Yeah, which probably wasn't the best choice, but I'm kind of glad that I got it like done because I never want to watch it again. It was just like a giant fight. Like
Oh, really?
I felt anxious about it. Like it got me so like I was so uncomfortable. I kept looking at Devin and going
Ooh.
like it was just like one giant long relationship fight.
Ooh. That's,
And then it was over and we were like, what just happened?
And then you're like, should
Like,
we?
what?
Should we have a fight now?
Why? What is this? Oh my God. I'm so stressed and it wasn't even me.
Yeah, and
Like,
it was like too
oh,
late to
God.
like watch an episode of Bob's Burgers or something
Yeah.
afterwards.
It was like 10 o'clock and I was like, I hate everything. That was exhausting.
Yeah. That
yeah.
sucks.
So don't watch that. I would not recommend that. That movie, I don't know why it exists.
When
Just
I was
being
in
honest.
film school, a couple of my friends that were in like my specific crew, they loved those movies, and I've had it on my like to watch list
Yeah.
since
I love the first
2013,
one.
but I never saw any of them.
Yeah. I love the first one. I like the second one. I fucking hate the third. That was awful.
Is the first one
I
Before
like-
Sunset?
Right.
Before
I think
sunrise.
I
Okay.
think
Yeah,
it's
before
hard.
sunrise.
I think it's before sunrise, and then I think
It
the
is,
second
for
is
sure.
before sunset. Yeah.
Okay.
Like before sunrise, dislike before sunset, hate before midnight.
Ugh. I don't want to think about it. It just gives me flashbacks.
I'm sweating.
So how do
I'm
you?
covered in sweat.
So how do you guys feel about this lady?
I'm gonna.
I
Are we all in
think
agreement?
that there is only one thing that makes her the asshole, and it's not giving her the wallet like right away.
Yeah.
Which she could even avoid it by waiting until they're in the car. Fine, but like give it to her then.
Yeah.
When like now she doesn't have any excuses or anything, but
Right.
you're not holding on to it.
Yeah, the holding on to it is the part that makes me feel very cringy about it.
Me too. That's
Yeah.
why that's how Lily won me over with her. She's an asshole, but I love her for it.
It's the part that makes it a good story, which usually means you're
Yeah.
a bit of an asshole.
Somebody went
So
too
let's
far.
read the second edit,
Yes.
which is Amy just called me. She saw this post and she yelled at me for bad mouthing her on the internet. Honestly, I don't care, Amy. Hopefully reading all these comments is a wake up call for you.
Oh my god. That's so funny.
And she was deemed not the asshole on Reddit. So, woo.
Yeah, which makes sense because people are all about that justice,
Yeah.
and this is not like a hurting people to get justice kind of thing.
Right. Just embarrassing
Wild, though.
someone.
Wild.
I think we're all on the same page.
Life
Up
protect.
next is where we answer a life pro tip request, because who doesn't want advice from us?
Life pro tip requests. Hotel-like towels. Hello, everyone. Sorry. if
Submitted
this-
by
Submitted by user Suzanne. I can't even read it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Hello, everyone. Sorry if this has been addressed 1,000 times before. When you're at a hotel, their hotel towels are really, really, really effective. Not for me, but all right. What are they doing differently, and how can I do that at home? I don't mind if the towels end up less soft or less pretty. The only solution I've heard is wait until your towels are decades old and you've washed them many times, but I don't want to wait years to be dry. Haha.
So my solution involves spending a little bit of money, but I think this person probably was at a nice hotel. When we went to Charleston, those hotel towels, that was like a 4 or 5-star hotel, and those towels were amazing. So much so.
I don't remember them at all.
Oh, they made an imprint on my whole experience, and I ended up asking for them for Christmas. I like found the type of towel, and I think it
Wow.
was called like
Wow.
something luxury. I'll find it. I'll link it in the show notes. I can't say enough about these towels. And it wasn't like absurd. It was, I got 2 like big towels, 2 hand towels, and 2 face towels for like $80. Is that a lot? Either way.
Yes.
Well, really?
Yes.
When you go
I
to
do
Bed
not
Bath
spend
and
that much on
Beyond.
my towels.
When you go to Bed Bath and Beyond.
I don't buy my towels from Bed Bath & Beyond. I
Oh,
buy them
okay.
from like fucking JCPenney
Okay, well, this is one of these places where I like really
or Amazon.
want to have something nice. Like I buy the nice toilet paper, the nice tissues, the nice towels, and the nice sheets. That's like one of my things. So if you want really nice, effective towels, I think you need these like plush, thick towels. And if you're at a hotel and you like it, just take a, yes, exactly, thick. When you're at a hotel and you like the towel, you should take a picture of the tag and find it online and buy those towels. I think I had a discount too, so I think I got them for like 70. But still, I thought that was a good deal.
It's so much money for towels.
Lily, do you have any
what do you
tips
guys think?
for keeping towels nice?
No, you just fucking wash them. Don't be so picky about your towels. They're just towels. You're only wet for like 2 minutes.
Unless you
It
have a
still only
shitty
takes me
towel.
one towel to dry off. So here's the thing that I think a lot of people do struggle with is that we don't use fabric softener, mainly because my mom is allergic to fabric softener, so I've just never used it. And I feel like I've never really needed to.
Yeah.
And I feel like fabric softener kind of like makes your towels repel water a little bit. So our towels are very absorbent just because we don't use fabric softener.
Yeah, I don't use fabric softener on my towels either. And you want to keep
but
them
you
like
do need to have a
starchy.
decent towel because you don't want them to be like too starchy and like scratch you, because my mom's towels do like scratch me whenever I'm there, but like our
really?
towels are fine. Yeah, I don't know why they do. They're like very thin and they're yeah.
Makes me think of Nick from New Girl. Like,
Yeah.
why would I need
towel?
to wash it? I only use it when I'm clean.
Right. Oh my god.
And it turns out it was actually Schmidt's towel.
And he's like, how do you think this gets washed? Why is... Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
So many follow-up questions.
I do have an answer.
Okay.
Yeah, how to get hotel-like towels. Take them.
I considered
That's
that
it.
at the Charleston Hotel, but I was afraid of what would happen. Because, like,
What?
it's a business trip, and what if the person who hired me for that business got a notification that the person who they hired stole the hotel towels, and then he got really weird about it and
Well,
petty.
that's why you only take one at a time. Every time you go back, you
Yeah,
take another
here's-
towel.
Here's the thing that I don't know from experience and have never done is if you ask the front desk for 12 more towels, they give them to you. They don't say no. And then who's gonna miss one towel from a room that has 16 towels in it?
That's the real life pro tip. And I might maybe try that. Although I have my nice towels now.
Yeah.
It's true.
And I don't
Your
endorse
$80 towels. That
Okay,
means
when
for,
you guys come and
a
visit,
whole family size set, you would have to spend like $160 on towels.
yeah, well, Hunter doesn't get them. They're only for me. And he doesn't care. He uses the
Oh,
Target
okay.
towels and he's more than fine with it.
He doesn't care. He uses the cereal boxes that I cut up for him.
He uses the shower curtain, okay? Hunter's perfectly
right.
happy. Honestly,
He
Hunter
just
air
shimmies
dries.
dry.
We haven't subscribed to the newspaper, but we didn't unsubscribe from it because what else is he gonna try off with?
Hunter needs something. Yeah, when you guys come and stay, I will let you use the fancy towels and you will see how superior they are. And then you can tell me if you really don't endorse them. Because there's something so nice about using a nice towel.
And you'll know that I like them whenever they're gone.
Oh,
I will
Thanks for listening
literally
to
come to
Only
kill you.
Mostly Thread. If you like us, you can follow us on socials at Only Mostly Thread. That's our handle. If you like us, consider supporting us on Patreon because it just makes you the coolest person in the world, and it actually does help whenever people are trying to make a thing. Like, Patreon is legit. And it's not a completely selfless act if that's not the way you bake cookies. There's a lot of bonuses that you can get for being a patron, like access to a community Discord or like some juicy, sweaty, uncut episodes. And every single tier that exists, you get a named shout out at the end of the episode, just like Dave Downs.
thanks, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
The coolest, the tallest person I know.
And most beautiful, objectively.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he has the best eyes. I'm still Devin.
I'm still Lily.
I'm still coming for you, Devin. Back off my towels. Now only Lily gets to use them.
It's fine. I'll just wipe the
those
water
cardboard
off of
boxes.
myself with the
The cereal boxes
you
she cut
can
up for
share
Hunter.
Hunter's
with my
boxes.
hands and Hunter's fine grit sandpaper that you let him use.
Yeah. Only the used sandpaper, though.
It doesn't
Don't-
hurt as
yeah.
much when I'm wet.
Don't want to waste perfectly good sandpaper.